welcome back to the Garden of Reading, and happy holidays, you guys. We are officially in winter season. Couldn't be more excited about it. As you see, I have set up my beautiful pink Christmas tree here in the back. I am repping the blue color for the winter season. I even painted my nails blue, you guys. I am ready for the holidays. I am so ready for Christmas. Christmas is one of my favorite holidays, my all-time favorite holidays of the year. Along with many people, I'm sure. I love the holiday season so much, and I am deep in it, you guys. I am so in the holiday spirit, you guys, and I'm excited. I'm excited to show you guys all of the books that I picked out for the winter season. Now, if you missed out on my fall reading wrap-up, I will link it down below. Definitely go and check it out for all of my thoughts and opinions on all of the books that I was able to get through for the fall season. My fall season did span over the course of 3 months, September, October, and November. My winter reads will also be spanning over the course of 3 months, December, January, and February. I have mentioned this before, but it is still very cold and very rainy here in the January and February months, so I do technically feel like that is still winter here in California, and it's honestly just realistically a lot easier for me to do my TBR list and my reading wrap-ups over the course of 3 months because, as you all know, I'm a homeschool mom. I work from home. I have so many things going on in my daily life that it's just realistically better for me to span my reads over the course of 3 months. But enough chit chat, you guys. You guys are here to see all of the wonderful books that I have picked out for this season, and I definitely have quite a few good books in store for you guys. You kind of got a little bit of a sneak peek there in the beginning, but I did pick out 10 books for my winter reads. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it, you guys. I am excited. I cannot wait to get through these books, you guys. And yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys all of the books that I picked out this season. So first up, I did pick up some mangas to read over the winter season. Come Christmas, it's going to be a very busy week for me. Come January and February, we have my 4-year-old son's birthday, so we have to plan that. We also have Valentine's Day in February as well, and so I just know that we're going to have a few busy moments in these next couple of months. So I wanted to pick up some easier reads as well to help me reach my reading goals, but also help me wanting to read more and not get into a reading slump, because that definitely happened my fall reads. I kind of got into a reading slump just because I was super busy in October, and then I was super busy the week of Thanksgiving. The week of Thanksgiving, I don't even think I read a single book because I was so busy cleaning and cooking. I literally cooked for 3 straight days, you guys. I was so over it. I was so over it. All I wanted to do was just like relax and sleep after that. But I did pick up some manga books. And these books are books that I have been wanting to read for a really long time. And the artwork on these books, you guys, are just stunning. They're so beautiful. And they're definitely giving cozy winter vibes. So the first book is A Haru Ride. I am sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. I am not the best when it comes to pronouncing like Asian names, but I do the best that I can. And this is by Ayosaki Saka. Again, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. It says, the scent of air after rain and the light around us, I felt your heartbeat. And look at this artwork, you guys. Like, is that not freaking stunning? Her beautiful hazel eyes are so pretty. So pretty. This is the back of the book. So cute. Such beautiful artwork. I love it. So I'll go ahead and read you guys the blurb here. Again, I apologize. I know I'm going to mispronounce the character's name, but come time for me to actually read the book, I will look up the character's name and how to correctly pronounce them. So we have Futaba Yoshioka thought all boys were loud and obnoxious until she met Kao Tanaka in junior high. But as soon as she realized she really liked him, he had already moved away because of family issues. Oh, so sad. Now in high school, Kao has reappeared, but is he still the same boy she fell in love with? It sounds so stinking good. I did get this book from Thrift Books, so it does have some like writing on it from some type of library that it was originally at. I do appreciate a good manga book. Growing up in my childhood, I read a lot of manga books. My mom would always take us to the library, and I would always gravitate straight towards the manga books. And I read a lot of manga back when I was a child, and I really didn't realize how much manga I actually read until I was a grown adult, and I've started gravitating back into the world of manga, and I love it. I love it. They're easy books to just get through. They're books that you don't really have to think too much about because, again, it's kind of like that graphic novel comic book style. And they're just super easy reads to get through. And most of the times there's shows to pair with them, and I love that. I love that. So here is the artwork on the front page. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. And then I'll just give you some insight as to what the book kind of looks like. I love this. These are just like super simple, easy reads, and I'm assuming we're gonna have some type of romance story. Maybe this guy really doesn't like her to begin with, and then maybe he really starts falling for her is what I'm assuming. So this is the first book in the series. I don't remember how many books are in the series, but I know there are quite a few. I actually have the third and the fourth book in my cart on Thrift Books right now because I know once I start reading this, I need to finish the series. So I do have the next 2 books in the series to pick up and start reading. We'll see when I get to those, or if I just end up adding them to my winter reads later on. And then I also have the second book in the series, which is also called Owlcrate. And look at, so beautiful. Isn't he so handsome? He is so handsome. Back of the book, look at those big, beautiful eyes. Oh, I love this artwork so much. This one says that Furuba Yoshioka has encountered her first love again in high school, but he seems different from the boy she once knew. Kao has confessed to Furuba that in junior high he liked her too. Oh, but he believes they can never return to those times. Kao continues to act both brusque and sweet. Will a leadership retreat bring them closer together? I love it. I love it so much, you guys. I cannot wait to dive into this. I know manga is not for everybody. I know graphic novels are not for everybody, but they're definitely for me. Like I said, I appreciate a good manga book, and I have a deep love and appreciation for elementary children's books and middle grade books in general. So I cannot wait to dive into these books, and I'm gonna have to see if there is a like TV series. If you know if this is also like an anime, let me know down below because I would love if there was a series to pair with this after reading them. That would be amazing. So I picked up these 2 books for my manga reads this season. Moving on to my thriller section. I'm excited. I'm excited. I've got some really good reads for my thriller section, and I'm excited. I picked out 4 books for my thriller section. So first, let's get into this one, you guys, because I didn't even know this was a thing. I seen it when I was scrolling on Amazon. I tend to scroll on Amazon in the book section quite often. Hence why I have so many books. But I did not know that she was coming out with this book. I didn't even know this was a thing. I have not heard about this anywhere. So when I seen it, I snagged it. I pre-ordered it, and then it came like that. It was like $4. It was like $3 and some change plus tax. It was like $4. You guys, I'm excited for this. This is The Housemaid's Wedding by Frida McFadden, a short story. I am so excited, and if you watched my fall reads or my fall reading wrap up, you would know that I read the entire Housemaid series for my fall reads, and I absolutely love that series so much, especially the first 2 books in the series, and I didn't even know this was going to be a thing, you guys. Like, I honestly did not, and I'm so excited. It is a short little book. A short little book. So this book follows Millie and her husband Enzo, and basically how they ended up getting married, because in the third book of the series, it's years later where Millie is now married and has a family, and you kind of really didn't get that much of a backstory as to how they got married and where they got married and things like that. So that is what this one is about, so I'm here for it. I love it. So the back of the book says, "Today is supposed to be the happiest day of my life. I'm engaged to the man of my dreams, and in a few short hours I'm going to stand before a judge who will declare us husband and wife. Till death do us part. Despite some bumps in the road, this day is everything I dreamed it would be. There's only one problem. Someone out there doesn't want me to live long enough to say my vows, and if I'm not careful, they may very well get their wish." Does that not sound good? Oh my goodness. And so inside, her dedication says, "This one is for all my readers. Somehow you got me to write 4 of these." I love it so much. I mean, I said this in my fall reading wrap up, but Frida McFadden has easily became one of my favorite thriller authors. I love her writing style. She definitely knows how to write a thriller book, and I'm here for it. Her author note also said that this is supposed to be read in between 2 and 3 or after book 3. Like I said, I already read the first 3 books in the series, so I am reading it afterwards, but I don't feel like it's a really big issue if you read it between 2 and 3 or after 3. And this is just a super simple short story. Like I said, we have Christmas coming up and then Valentine's Day, and this is going to allow me to be able to get through my books a little bit more quickly. It's going to help me reach my reading goals, along with the manga books that I picked out. So I'm excited for this one. I'm loving the purple vibes that it's giving. I'm so excited to read this. Like, this is something that I feel like you could definitely read within a day. Let me see how many chapters there is. There is 11 chapters and then an epilogue. So interesting. Okay, so I picked up that one. The next book that I picked out for my thriller section is Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen M. McManus. If you know, you know. Karen M. McManus is another one of my favorite all-time thriller authors. She is up there in my top 3 alongside Frida McFadden and Sherry Lapina, and also Alex Michelides. Those 4 are my favorite thriller authors right now. I have almost her complete collection. I want to say I'm missing one more book of hers, and then I will have her complete collection as far as what she has written so far. But I haven't read this one yet. Two Can Keep a Secret. Her books always immerse me, and I read through her books so quickly. Like, I know I'm going to read through this within 2 to 3 days. Like, that is how good her books are. So let me go ahead and give you the deets on this book. Ellery's aunt was the first to go missing. Ellery knows all about secrets. Her mother has them. Her grandmother does too. And so does Echo Ridge, the picture-perfect town. A place where girls go missing and sometimes wind up dead. Then it was the homecoming queen. Malcolm. Malcolm's life hasn't been the same since his brother Declan's girlfriend was murdered 5 years ago. Declan was this close to being named a suspect in her death. And no one lets Malcolm forget it. Who will be the third? No one wants to talk about the past, but someone's determined to keep Echo Ridge in the headlines. They've declared open season on Homecoming and promised to make it as dangerous as it was 5 years ago. And Ellery and Malcolm, they're somehow at the center of it all. Does that not sound good? I love Karen M. McManus. She is a YA thriller author, but I love her writing style so much. She also usually does different character perspectives for each chapter. So I'm wondering if this one is the same, because all of her other books have been that way. And she was honestly the first author that I read that type of writing style with, and I fell in love with it. Yes, so you're going to get different character perspectives in each chapter. I love that so much. So much. It definitely offers a very interesting and unique aspect to the book. It also allows you to not get bored. Because, you know, one chapter you're reading about Ellery and the next chapter you're going to be reading about Malcolm. So you're getting 2 different types of scenes and plots and characters and personalities. And I love that she writes like that. I love it so much. I never knew this was a thing until I read her books. And now when I read other books, I'm a little disappointed when it's not from a different character perspectives. But this sounds really good and kind of giving me like Carrie vibes, Homecoming. You know, something's bad is going to happen at Homecoming. If you've seen Carrie, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm here for it. I cannot wait to dive into this world and see what type of secrets is going on and who is murdering these girls. That's going to be interesting. Okay, so that is the second book that I picked out for my thriller reads. My third book, you guys, we're getting Christmas murder mystery vibes, and when I seen this book, I snatched it up like that, and that is The Christmas Murder Game by Alexandra Benedict. I am so excited, loving the vibes here. Loving it. Like I said, we are in the winter season, we're in the holiday season, and I definitely wanted to pick out some Christmassy books this season, but I didn't want them all to be Christmassy because I'm a mood reader and I would get tired of that shit so fast. So, you know, I definitely have to throw in different types of genres. I did throw in a few Christmas books, but not too many to where I'm going to get bored with it. But when I seen this, I was like, yes, please. It says, "This Christmas is to die for. Let the game begin." I'm so excited. Okay, 12 clues, 12 keys, 12 days of Christmas. But how many will die before 12th night? The annual Christmas game is afoot at Endgame House, the Armigate's grand family home. This year's prize is to die for. Deeds to the house itself. But Lily Armitage has no intention of returning. She hasn't been back to Endgame since her mother died 21 years ago, and she has no intention of claiming the house that haunts her dreams. Until, that is, she receives a letter from her aunt promising that the game's riddles will give her the keys not only to Endgame, but to its darkest secrets, including the identity of her mother's murderer. Okay, if that's not intriguing, I don't know what is. Now Lily must compete with her estranged cousins for the 12 days of Christmas. The snow is thick, the phone lines are down, of course, and no one is getting in or out. Lily will have to keep her wits about her, because not everyone is playing fair, and there's no telling how many will die before the winner is declared. Oh my gosh, does this not sound like a freaking movie, you guys? This is giving me... but me and my husband watched this one movie. I don't know, it's kind of giving me those vibes. If I can think of it, I'll pop it up on the screen. But if I can't, then I don't know what to tell you guys because I don't know the name of the movie. But oh my gosh, I mean, imagine your mom is killed. You're off living your own life. You have no intention of going back to this house where you just have really bad nightmares and just bad feelings and emotions that come with it. And then now you're being offered the deeds to the house. You're also being offered who murdered your mother. I mean, who wouldn't be intrigued to want to go back and find out who killed their mom and hopefully be able to reap justice? But now, you're playing against your family, and are they like killing each other and hurting each other? I mean, they're freaking family. This is crazy. This is nuts, and it sounds so good and right up my alley, and I cannot wait to dive into this book. Okay, the last book in my thriller section is also a Christmas murder mystery, and that is Sleigh Bells and Slaughter by Alina Jacobs, a holiday cozy romantic mystery. Ooh, this is so different. I have never heard of this book. I haven't heard anyone talk about it before, so when I seen it, I had to pick it up. It seemed really interesting. The front says Christmas needs a little spooky, and I am here for it. I'm here for it. And I cannot wait to see what this book has to offer. It is relatively a very short book, so this is also going to be great over the winter season, especially because over the winter season here, it can be very gloomy and rainy, and it just makes you very tired and fatigued. It makes you want to just like cozy up and fall asleep all the time. So I definitely need some just like really cozy, super simple, short books to get through over the winter season. Okay, let's go ahead and read what this book is all about. Slaughter, you say? Well, you'd be ready to rampage too if you had to listen to Jingle Bell Rock for the 11,000th time. Christmas is bad enough without all the music, frantic shopping sprees, and holiday parties. So many parties. With people you couldn't stand in high school and definitely can't stand now. Top of the list, Patty Harrison. She made my teen years miserable, and now that we're adults, she's trying to get me banned from the Christmas market. Even so, I'm not going to commit literal murder. When Patty is found dead in the fiery inferno of my shed, I'm not going to pretend to be sad either. Just because I look like Wednesday Addams' cooler, more dangerous older sister, everyone assumes I did it, including Captain Luke Reynolds, the firefighter tasked with solving the mystery of the arson and murder. I have more self-respect than to drool over a man who's convinced I'm a murderer. Too bad my only alibi is my cat, Salem, and he's not talking. I'm not inviting Luke over for milk and cookies to appeal to his protective nature and beg for help. Nope. I'm oiling up my brass knuckles, clearing my name, then retreating to my witchy cottage to wait out the Yuletide season. But what if I end up in the real killer's lair? All the better. Christmas needs a little spooky, and what better way than solving a murder? I mean, does that not sound freaking good? That sounds so freaking good to me. I mean, you're gonna have just like this spooky thriller book alongside Christmas, and I am so here for it. So here for it. There are other books by this author. It looks like she has different series, so that is interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay, so she has a series called The Frost Brothers, and we have Eating Her Christmas Cookies, Tasting Her Christmas Cookies, Frosting Her Christmas Cookies, Licking Her Christmas Cookies, and Resting Grinch Face. Oh my gosh, those titles are amazing. I definitely want to go and look up what the artwork looks like for those books. Oh my gosh. Okay, she dedicated this book to all the witchcore girls out there. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. I cannot wait to dive into this book. Like I said, it's just a simple short read, and I feel like it's going to be such like a cozy mystery book, and I definitely need that this winter season. So this is the final and last book for my thriller section. Now moving on to my fantasy section. So the first book that I decided to pick up for my fantasy section is the second book in the series to A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon, and this is A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Bitch. I cannot believe I just said that. Okay. A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch by Sarah Hawley. I feel like this is going to be so much fun to read because I read the first book for my fall reads and it was giving. It was so good. It was wild. It was juicy. It was spicy. It was funny. And I have to read the second one. Now, both books can be read as standalones, but I do like to read books in order even if they are standalone novels within a series. And I'm excited. So the first one, you follow Mariel and Oz. Mariel's a witch, Oz is a demon. They end up falling in love. And so in this one, we follow Oz's mentor, Astaroth, and Mariel's friend, Caldia, I believe. Yes, Caldia Cunnington. So I am going to go over it because I really feel like I'm not going to be spoiling too much of this book because, like I said, both books are standalones. So let's go ahead and read it. I really don't remember too much about it, but the first book was so good that I was definitely ready to read the second book for my winter reads. And I feel like, yes, I need some more witchy vibes for winter, and I'm so here for it. Okay, Caldia Cunnington curses the day she met Astaroth the demon. But when he shows up memoryless, why does she find him so helpless and sort of hot? Caldia Cunnington knows she's rough around the edges despite being the heir to one of small-town Glimmer Falls' founding witch families. While her gym obsession is a great outlet for her anxieties and anger, her hot temper still gets the best of her and manifests in bar brawls. When Caldia saves someone from a demon attack one night, she's happy to put her magic and rage to good use, until she realizes the man she saved is none other than Astaroth, the ruthless demon who ostracized a soul bargain on her best friend. I love it already. Astaroth is a legendary soul bargainer and one of the 9 members of the Demon High Council. Except he can't remember any of this. Is this really true? He is known for manipulating and lying, so I'm wondering if he really can't remember anything. Suffering from amnesia after being banished to the mortal plane. Oh my gosh. Astaroth doesn't know why a demon named Moloch is after him, nor why the muscular, angry, hot in a terrifying way witch who saved him hates him so much. Unable to leave anyone in such a vulnerable state, even the most despicable demon, Caldia grudgingly decides to help him. Besides, punching an amnesiac would be in poor taste. The two set out on an uneasy road trip to find the witch who might be able to restore Astaroth's memory so they can learn how to defeat Moloch. Caldia vows that once Astaroth is cured, she'll kick his ass. But the more time she spends with the snarky yet utterly charming demon, the more she realizes she likes this new improved Astaroth. And maybe she doesn't want him to recover his memories after all. This is giving all the freaking feels, you guys. All the freaking feels. I want to tear into this book right this second. I cannot wait. I love the first book so much. I loved each and every character in this first book. So the fact that we're getting a second book with other characters from the first book, I'm here for it. I am so here for it. Now, I don't know if there's only 2 books in this series, so I'll have to look that up. Or if you do know, let me know down below, because I know I definitely don't want to miss out on anything in this series because it's so freaking good. Okay. Moving on to the final book in my fantasy section, which is also considered a middle grade as well, but I didn't put it in the middle grade section because, I don't know, I just didn't. I just decided to put it in the fantasy section, but it is a middle grade book, and if you watched my fall reads or my fall reading wrap-up, you would know that I started reading the Harry Potter series, and oh my gosh, you guys, chef's kiss. Amazing. I read Harry Potter for the first freaking time, and I wish I would have read it sooner because that was hands down the best book that I have read this year, and I am not kidding. I am not kidding, you guys. It was literally the best book that I have read this entire freaking year, and it was so magical and warm and cozy. I had to pick up the second book in the series, and that is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. I'm so excited to dive into the second book. The first book had me so immersed in it. I literally flipped through the pages. Me and my son were supposed to read it together, but I ended up reading ahead of him. And you guys, oh my gosh. I mean, no better way to spend my holiday season, my winter season, than reading Harry Potter. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for it. I'm here for it. I'm not going to go over what this book is about. I've said this time and time again, but pretty much everyone knows what Harry Potter is about. I feel like there's no need to go over this book, but You guys, I'm so here for it, and I cannot wait to rewatch all of the Harry Potter series. I've yet to rewatch the first one. My plan is to continue reading the Harry Potter series, and I kind of want to watch, I don't know if I want to watch all of the movies together and just kind of like binge watch within like a month or so, or if I want to watch a movie, one movie at a time with each book that I read. I might do it that way, but I'm excited, and this is definitely giving me all the feels for winter, and I'm just so excited for it. Okay, last two books that I have picked out for my winter reads is my romance section. Now, this book is also categorized as a true story, but I put it in the romance section because it involves romance. It involves a love story, and I got this book in one of my mystery boxes from Second Chapter Crate. That it is a new subscription that I subscribe to. They have different book boxes, but I subscribe to their 7 book box. So basically, you go on there, you let them know what type of genre of books you're interested in, and then they send you used copies of those different type of genres. And this was one of the books that was in that box, you guys, and I was so excited when I got this book because this is a book that I've been wanting to read. This is also, I believe, a movie or a series that I want to watch. And you guys, I feel very bittersweet about this. I'm excited to read it, but I'm also sad because I know it's going to be a really sad story. And that is The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. Oh my gosh, I feel like I could cry right now, you guys. Like, I have chills running up and down my body. I know that this is going to be a really sad love story. I know that this is going to be sad to read through. I know that this is going to be hard to read through, but I know it's going to be good. I have a feeling this is going to be well written. I'm not one to read about war or read about nonfiction books in general. That is not my style. But I will say that I am very intrigued and interested in learning about different time periods in life, such as like Anne Frank and the Jews and the Nazis and things like that. I have watched The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, which, oh my gosh, that movie is so freaking sad. But it was directed so well and it was played out so well. They did an amazing job with that movie. And I just have a feeling that this is going to be like the same type of feelings for this book. Like, I'm gonna have a huge love for it in my heart, but it's also going to be like a sad love in my heart, if you get what I'm saying. And oh my goodness, like, I'm ready to dive into this like right this second. I cannot wait to get to this book. Like, this is a book that I'm definitely going to get through over my winter reads, like, for sure, because it's something that I've been wanting to read. So if you don't know about this book or you haven't heard about it, let me go ahead and read the back of the book for you. I tattooed a number on her arm. She tattooed her name on my heart. In 1942, Lel Sokolov arrived in Auschwitz Birkenau. I'm sorry, I know I mispronounced a lot of that. He was given the job of tattooing the prisoners marked for survival, scratching numbers into fellow victims' arms and indelible ink to create what would become one of the most potent symbols of the Holocaust. Waiting in line to be tattooed, terrified and shaking, was a young girl. For Lel, a dandy, a Jack the Lad, a bit of a chancer, it was love at first sight. And he was determined not only to survive himself, but to ensure this woman, Jita, did too. So begins one of the most life-affirming, courageous, unforgettable, and human stories of the Holocaust, the love story of the tattooist of Auschwitz. Does that not sound good and immersive, you guys? Oh my gosh. So here's some praise. Times Literary Supplement said, a touching and redemptive tale of love and selflessness. Sunday Times said, sincere, moving. Jeffrey Archer said they will be reading this book in 100 years' time. And Graeme Simonson, author of The Rosie Project, said, extraordinary, moving, confronting, and uplifting. I recommend it unreservedly. I cannot wait to dive into this book, you guys. If you have read this book, leave me your honest thoughts and opinions on this book and what you thought of it. Of course, without spoiling the book, I would love to know what others thought of this book because I cannot wait to dive into this world. I am very interested in watching documentaries on things like this. Like I said, I'm not really a person to watch or listen to or read about things about war. It's very boring to me. But when it comes to the Jews and the Nazi, I am very intrigued by it because one of the things for me is like, why? Why would you do this? Why was this allowed? You know, I mean, I know why they did it. But the fact that, you know, there are just evil human beings out here targeting people just because they look different or they have different, you know, ethnicities, different races, different religion is just crazy to me. Crazy, the fact that the things that they did to these people. The things that they did to these people just because they were Jews is just, it's sickening. And, you know, the psychology part of me, because I am going to school to be a psychologist, just wants me to get in their minds and want to know, where did the wire not meet up correctly? You know what I mean? So anyways, I feel like I could go on and on about this book, but I cannot wait to dive into it. The last and final book for my winter reads and for my romance section. When I seen this book, I tell you, I seen the cover and I fell in love. The cover is freaking beautiful, y'all. It is so cute. And I've already started reading it and I'm so caught up in it. I literally feel like I'm watching a Hallmark movie, and I love me some Hallmark movies and Lifetime movies, and it's so good. It's definitely having me laughing, and that is How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. Look at the cover, you guys. If this is not giving Christmas, I don't know what is. Like, this is kind of like a parody to The Grinch, and I am here for it. Grumpy sunshine trope, and I am so here for it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So like I said, I barely started reading it, and it is so good. There's even a cute little... I mean, look at this, you guys. How stinking cute. There's artwork in the book. The book starts off with a cute little poem. I love it. And then, hold on, because there's one more, like, artwork that I got to. Like, oh my gosh. I love that there's artwork in here. So I'm going to assume that there's more artwork throughout the book, but you guys, this book is so freaking good. Okay, so every Kringle in Kringletown celebrated Christmas a lot, but Cole Black on Whistler Lane unfortunately did not. As his fellow citizens decorate their quaint town, brimming with carols and glad tidings, Cole wants nothing more than to hibernate the winter away. But his dreary plans are thwarted when his Christmas nemesis, Story Taylor, moves in next door to care for her Aunt Cindy. Immediately, the new neighbor turns his life into a real nightmare before Christmas, especially when she decides to enter the town Christmas Kringle contest in honor of Cindy. And better yet, Story is determined to win. Over Cole's dead body, she will. With help from his friend Max, Cole decides to enter the competition as well, to beat Story at her own game by pretending that this hometown grump's heart has grown 3 sizes this season and he's fallen for the girl next door. And unfortunately for Story, she has to follow his lead to have a chance at the Christmas Kringle title. But the competition isn't the only thing that heats up. Cole and Story's fake relationship becomes very real, and before they know it, they're attempting to hide it from Aunt Cindy. Things get complicated, the competition gets tough, and all it takes is one single night for someone to steal it all. This sounds so freaking good. Like I said, it's giving me a parody to The Grinch. You have this grumpy Grinch type of guy who starts falling for this girl, but I'm going to assume there's going to be some spice in here. So definitely not rated PG for you young adults out there, but yes, it sounds so good. I do have another book by Megan Quinn that I picked up, but I have yet to read, a Not So Meet Cute. That one also sounds really good. But you guys, yes, I'm in the Christmas spirit right now, so this was the first book that I decided to pick up for my winter reads, and it has not disappointed me thus far. I am very immersed into it. I just started it yesterday, but it's so good. It is so good, and it's giving all the feels. Like, he is so grumpy about Christmas. Why? I want to know why. And I just know that they're going to fall head over heels for each other. I know there's just going to be like this deep love connection, and I can't wait to see it, or rather read it. But yes, that is the last and final book in my winter reads, you guys, as well as my romance section. I also, if I can find it, I also got a new book sleeve in my holiday book box. So I recently just filmed my holiday books box from Owlcrate, you guys. I'm so excited about that video. That video is already filmed and edited and ready to go. It is just a matter of when I post it. So if you are here watching my winter reads, then that video is going to be coming out next. So be on the lookout for it, because it's going to be coming very soon to you guys. But I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek as to one of the items that I got in the box, because I just have to put my new book in it because it's so cute. I got this ugly sweater book sleeve in that box, and you guys, it is giving all the winter feels, and I'm so excited. It has cute little gingerbread men. We have hearts and snowflakes. And it's so stinking cute. So I'm going to take the tag off here. And we are going to place my book in here. This is the book bag that I was using. My mom got me this for my birthday this year. But now I'm going to go ahead and switch it out for this one because this is definitely giving all of the winter feels. I hope this one fits in here because this is a rather smaller book sleeve. It fits perfectly. I love it so, so much. Giving me all the winter feels, you guys. So freaking cozy. I love it. I literally want to go cozy up in my blanket with a cup of coffee and start reading right away, you guys. I'm so excited for my winter reads. I feel like I picked out such good immersive books. Like, I'm really hopeful for all of these books. I really feel like none of these books are going to let me down. I really hope that that's the case because they all sound so freaking good. I really hope that they live up to the hype that I'm creating in my head. And yeah, you guys, I really hope that you guys enjoyed coming along with me talking about and showing you guys all of the books that I want to pick up for this season. If you have read any of these books, let me know down below. Also, let me know, what book are you reading right now? I would love to know what you guys are reading right now. Leave me a snowflake if you are watching. Even if you are kind of just a quiet subscriber, you really don't tend to comment, have much to say, you kind of just like watch in the background. Just leave me a snowflake, letting me know that you guys are here, letting me know that you guys are listening and watching and you enjoy my content. I would love to even just say hello or Merry Christmas to you guys. It would mean so, so, so much to me. And yeah, you guys, that is going to wrap up my winter reads. This is just so crazy to me that we're almost at Christmas, you guys. It's almost going to be Christmas. It is so, 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 so crazy. And yeah, you guys, I thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really enjoyed filming this video with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did filming it. And yeah, you guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Happy holidays. Bye, guys.